Hi everyone, welcome back to IELTS 4 Weeks to Success with me, Vandana. And today, once again, we are going to be diving deep into the reading module. So, without much ado, let's get started. And we are going to be diving deep into summary completion questions, which are fill ups, but they can get really advanced when they come in the third passage. And in this particular lecture, we are going to dive deep into that level only, which is considered as the advanced level. So let's quickly understand that how this question type looks like, दिखता कैसा है summary completion. Then we will understand how to go about it, some tips and strategies using which we can get the right answers in short amount of time. So here you go. This is how summary completion question would look like on the day of exam. What happens is that, as you can see, in the middle of a paragraph, you have been given some blanks. And you are supposed to, of course, fill up these blanks. But how exactly are you going to do that? What is the purpose of these words which are already given to you? Plus, if you notice, how many blanks have you got here? 5 blanks. But if you notice the options over here, how many options do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. For 5 blanks, they have given 9 options to you. And are these going to be your answers? For example, can you write positive impressions in the blank? Well, no, you can't do that. So let's quickly understand ki karna kya hai summary completion question type mein. So firstly, once again, as you can see, in the middle of a paragraph, you are given fill-ups. Now, what you are supposed to do is, you are supposed to, of course, pick up some keywords. For example, if I talk about the very first question, the main keyword here is this name, John Hattie. And why exactly this name? Because names can't be paraphrased. Names ka synonym nahi hoga. They will be written the way they are in the passage. So where you find this name in the passage, you need to read around that area. And once you read around that area, you understand that, okay, this word should come in the blank. Now the word that fits into the blank, you need to get the synonym of that word. आपको जो भी टेक्स्ट में क्वेश्चन का के लिए ब्लैंक के लिए वर्ड मिला है, वो वर्ड आप यहाँ पे नहीं लिखोगे ब्लैंक में, उस वर्ड का आप यहाँ से सिनोनिम पिक करोगे. And that synonym also does not go as your answer. The corresponding letter becomes your answer. So whatever word you picked from the text, if the synonym of that word is positive impressions, then your answer will be I. Your answer will not be positive impressions. So that's a basic overview. Let's understand some tips around it, and then we'll do some live practice. So here you go. So tip number 1, read the summary as in the questions and highlight the keywords. The language is paraphrased, so you may not find the same keywords in the text. As you know, the language is going to be changed. You will not find the same keywords, so keep your eyes open for the synonyms of the keywords. And then look for numbers and names as they cannot be paraphrased. These can be your biggest keywords, numbers and names, because इनको paraphrase नहीं किया जा सकता है. Hi Arhan, how are you? Alright, once you are able to locate the keyword, read the relevant area in detail to get the answer. So for example, our main keyword here is John Hattie. Now once you locate this keyword in the text, let's imagine you found that keyword in the third paragraph. Now you will read the third paragraph in detail. And then once you find the word that fits the blank. So when you are reading that concerned paragraph in detail and you are able to figure out the answer, you are able to figure out the right word that fits into the blank, then you need to match it with the correct synonym. It's okay, Arhan. By the time today's lecture ends, you will be able to understand what we are doing. So we are doing summary completion question type today. This is one question type that you get in the reading module. And I am getting too much trouble in reading. It's okay. It's okay. That is why we are doing these sessions. Just stay tuned till the end. Okay. We are doing reading module only today, and we are doing summary completion question type. So you will pick up till the end. Just stay here. Right. Okay, so once you find the word that fits the blank, आपको एक बारी समझ आ गया अगर that this is the word that goes into the blank. So after that you will pick the right synonym. उस word से जो मिलता हुआ synonym है, from these options you will pick that synonym and and the corresponding letter, like I said, corresponding letter of that synonym will become your answer. Okay, pick the appropriate synonym. It is important for that synonym to fit grammatically in the blank. It's very, very important. In the fill in the blanks and whatever, sentence completion, notes completion, or the summary completion, you get fill-ups. Now, whatever word you are writing in that blank as your answer should fit in grammatically. If that word is not fitting in grammatically, that's just not your answer. So grammar matters a lot. And then the answers are usually letters. Letters means your answers are going to be these letters. They will not be these words. They will not be words. So for example, if you feel that bottom sets यहाँ पे fit हो रहा है मेरे blank में, so you will not write bottom sets in the blank. You will write D as your answer, the letter, in summary completion of this type. And then since there are more words than questions, not all of them will be used. So this is very much obvious, I would say. We have got 5 questions, but then we have got 8 to 9 options. That means what? That means 3 to 4 of these options are not going to be used. They are thrown at you just to distract you, to confuse you. Right? Now let's get started with the live practice, and Arhan and others also who are right now here. Try to get the answers, post your answers in the chat box, and then we will discuss together. If your answers are incorrect, no problem at all. I just want you guys to try, okay? Here you go. So look at question number 1. Let me explain. So here is the question. Let's read this together. It says, according to Professor John Hattie of the Melbourne Education Research Institute, there is very little indication that streaming leads to dash. Now, in the context of education, what does this word streaming means? In the context of education, streaming means clubbing students of same capabilities together. That means students who are of average level intelligence are put in one class. Students who are below average level intelligence are put in one class. Students who are intelligent, who are above average, they are put in another class. So when you club students based on their intelligence level and put them separately in one class, that concept is known as streaming when we talk about education. Now, the main keyword here is John Hattie. So once again, according to Professor John Hattie of Melbourne Education, so you see John Hattie is over here, of Melbourne Education. According to him, what is written? There is very little indication. Now you need to see there is very little indication of what? Where exactly are they using the synonym of little indication in this paragraph? There is very little indication that streaming leads to dash. So take a minute. Okay, since you guys are beginners, let's do question number 1 together. So prime money matrix. It would be great if you could post your real name in the chat box. Otherwise, it is really weird for me to call you prime money matrix. So since you are also saying that you are beginner and Arhan is also saying you are a beginner, so let's do question number 1 together so that it makes sense to you and you can do remaining questions on your own. Okay, so according to Professor John Hattie, there's little indication that streaming leads to dash. Little indication means, here you go, there's limited empirical evidence to suggest that streaming results in better outcomes for studies. Professor John Hattie, director of the Melbourne Education Research Institute. Now this also is written here and this also is written here, Research Institute. He notes that tracking has minimal. Tracking and streaming are your synonyms. Tracking and streaming are your synonyms. So he notes, who? John Hattie. He notes that tracking has minimal effects on learning outcomes. What is more, streaming appears to significantly and negatively affect those students assigned to lowest sets. So your answer, if you read till here, should come. Till here you are getting your answer number 1. So just read this question and till that word outcomes, read that and see what can be fitted in the blank and post that in the chat box and we will take it forward from there. I'm giving you a minute. Post The word according to you, whichever word can fit into blank 31st, post that in the chat box and then we will take it from there. Okay, let me explain. So it says there is very little indication. Little indication को कैसे paraphrase किया हुआ है यहाँ पे? For little indication, it's written there is limited empirical evidence. For what? That streaming leads to dash. So there's little evidence to suggest that streaming results in better outcomes. Here is your answer. Streaming results in better outcomes. इसका बहुत little evidence है. Now better outcomes can go in this blank number 31st, but it will not go. We will now come here and we will locate the synonym of this better outcomes. Better outcomes is equal to wrong classes? No. Can it be lower expectations? No. What is it that we are trying to find the synonym of? We are trying to find the synonym of better outcomes. Tell me guys, out of these 9 options, which option can be considered as the synonym of better outcomes? Average learners? No. Bottom sets? No. Brightest pupils? No. Disadvantaged backgrounds? No. Weaker students? No. Higher achievements? Yes. So, higher achievements, the corresponding letter is H. And that's how this answer number 31 is H. This is how we are supposed to do this summary completion. Let's proceed to number 2, question number 2 or 32 here. It says he pointed out. Who pointed out? Professor John Hattie. He pointed out that in schools which use streaming, the most significant impact is on those students placed in the dash. So you need to now see that according to Professor Hattie, the most significant impact of streaming is on whom? Take a minute or two and post your answer in the chat box, like in the comment section. I keep on saying chat box, but in the comment section. If you see the word most significant here, and here you have got significantly. Come on, this is very simple. Well, okay, so you have posted A. A means wrong classes. Where do you see a synonym of wrong classes here? Let's read. So the question says, he pointed out or he points out that in schools which use streaming, the most significant impact, सबसे important impact किसके ऊपर होता है? The most significant impact is on those students placed in the dash. So we need to find out on whom most significant impact is there of streaming. It's written here. He says, what is more, streaming appears to be significantly and negatively affect students assigned to the lowest sets. So it impacts students who are assigned to lowest sets. So now you need to find the synonym of lowest sets here. What is that synonym? Can that be wrong class? No. It is very clearly D. Lowest sets is equal to bottom sets. And that's how answer number 32 is D. This was simpler. Let's proceed to the next one. So he says that the most significant impact of streaming is on those students placed in the bottom sets or lower sets, especially where a large proportion of them have dash. Especially where a large proportion of them have dash. Where do you think they are talking about it? Large proportion of something. Large is equal to higher. Now see, what can be the answer to number 33? Giving you a minute, post in the chat box. Come on, come on. Your answer is in exact this sentence. What is your answer? All right, let's understand. Let me clear the mess first. Okay. Right. So, according to Professor Haiti, the most significant impact of streaming is on students who are placed in bottom sets, especially where a large proportion means where a much higher representation. So, large proportion is equal to higher representation of them have dash. So a large proportion of them have dash, a large proportion of them have low socio-economic class. Our main word from which our answer is going to come is this, low socio-economic class. These are our words from where we are going to get the answer. Now what you need to do is, you need to find the synonyms of low socio-economic class. Where do you see the paraphrase of low socioeconomic class? You need to pick up speed. Low socioeconomic class. Is it wrong classes? No. Is it lower expectations? No. Is it average learners? No. Bottom sets already done. Low socioeconomic class. Can it be brightest pupils? No. Can it be disadvantaged backgrounds? Yes. Disadvantaged backgrounds. That is our answer number 33, which is F. Moving on, let's proceed. So now it says, meanwhile, for the dash, there appears to be only minimal advantage. So they are talking about dash and they are saying for them or for dash, there is only a minimal advantage. So for whom there is minimal advantage? Read, it should be simple now. And post in the chat box. Let me clear the mess a little bit. Wonderful. And there you go, Adnan. Yes, brightest pupils is our answer. I had told you stay till the end and it will all start making sense to you. Let's understand for others also. So from this sentence, they are saying less significant is the small benefit. Small benefit means here they are saying minimal advantage. For minimal advantage, here they have written small benefit. That's how the language will be changed. So less significant is the small benefit for whom? For these lucky, clever students in the higher sets. So clever students is equal to brightest pupils. इनके लिए कम advantage होगा streaming में, and that's how our answer is E. Well done, Adnan. Um, Adnan, you are from my batch, aren't you? I did not recognize you earlier, but now I do. Okay, let's proceed now. So the last one, 35, answer number 35 is on the next slide, not on this one. And therefore, let's proceed. Here you go. So it says a further issue, that means another problem, is that teachers tend to have dash of students in streamed groups. Teachers tend to have what? Of students in streamed groups. See what are they talking about, teachers, here for number 35. Take a minute and post answer number 35, guys. Okay, let's understand. So they are talking about a problem in this sentence. A further issue means issue is a synonym of problem. So there is a problem. What is that problem? That teachers tend to have something of students in streamed group. So teachers tend to have what? Teachers tend to have what? You have posted C as your answer. C means teachers tend to have average learners. It doesn't go grammatically. We can't say that teachers tend to have average learners of students. It doesn't go grammatically because students and learners mean the same thing. So we can't say students tend to have average learners of students. That just does not fit grammatically. So let's understand what can be the answer. The answer is in this sentence. It's written streaming students by diagnosed achievement automatically limits what the teacher feels the student is capable of. Now, can you understand what can be the answer? So, Harman says B, absolutely correct. So, the answer is B, lower expectations. From where this answer is coming, let's understand once more. So, it says streaming students by diagnosed achievement automatically limits. टीचर की एक्सपेक्टेशन लिमिटेड हो जाती है. टीचर नाउ नोज दैट ओके दिस इज बिलो एवरेज स्टूडेंट एंड दिस स्टूडेंट विल परफॉर्म इन अ सर्टेन वे. दिस इज एवरेज स्टूडेंट एंड दिस स्टूडेंट विल परफॉर्म इन अ सर्टेन वे. So automatically the expectations of the teachers in this kind of system where streaming is done becomes limited, goes down, and that is why lower expectations is our answer. I got 7 overall. Okay, that is super cool. But JAT, please remind me your name. However, I am extremely happy for you. Congratulations. Congratulations. I mean, I'm so glad. But please post your name over here so that I can recognize who exactly you are. Okay. So, yes, that's how, if you are still somebody who's not able to understand. Okay, listening 7.5, reading 8, writing 7, speaking 6. I am Krish. Are you from one of our paid batches, or did you prepare using this free lectures on our YouTube channel, Krish? How did you prepare? But honestly, heartiest congratulations, because your score is incredible. It is very good. But how did you prepare? Are you in our paid batches, or did you prepare by watching YouTube lectures? Please post your answer. We would all love to know that. Okay, meanwhile, let me quickly explain the last one once again. It says streaming students by diagnosed achievement automatically limits what the teacher feels. Automatically limits what the teacher feels the student is capable of. That means the teachers start having lower expectations, limited expectations, because टीचर्स को स्ट्रीमिंग में पता है कि ये बिलो एवरेज वाला ग्रुप है, ये उस लेवल का ही परफॉर्मेंस देगा. दैट्स हाउ द एक्सपेक्टेशंस बिकम लिमिटेड. सो दैट्स हाउ आवर आंसर हियर इज बी. From YT only. I'm super glad. So all the very best for your future, Krish, and wonderful job. I'm sure your score is going to inspire so many other students. All the very best for your future, and the rest of you also. Keep studying, keep preparing. Okay, the only thing that matters is, these are the answers that we just covered. The only thing, honestly, if you ask me, what matters, even if you are somebody who feels that my level is weak, if you are somebody who's practicing every single day, you can ace it. It's a matter of consistency, practicing consistently. And with that, it's a wrap. And I'll see you in the next lecture. The next lecture is going to be on the speaking module. Stay tuned till then.